Hello friends, and welcome back to Jason's Journeys, or welcome to Jason's Journeys if it's your first video here. Today we're checking out Saddle Mountain in Arizona. Most of my videos you'll see were at Disney and areas around Savannah, Georgia. That's because my job had me on a project in Savannah, Georgia, so everything was out there on the East Coast, but now I've been relocated to Arizona. So I'm really excited. There's a lot to do out here. I'm not far from Disneyland, so I'll have some Disneyland videos in there. But today, like I said, I'm at Saddle Mountain, and I am going to be looking for fire agate. So today's journey is rockhounding, and you can see here behind me, Saddle Mountain. At the base of Saddle Mountain, all around here, there's a large deposit of chalcedony and fire agate. So we're gonna wander around, we're gonna look for that. I've got me a backpack here. In my backpack, I've got plenty of fluids, some snacks. I've got a rock pick, a chisel, a crowbar, in case we need to pry anything out. One big thing about rock hounding, making sure that you have permission to be on the land or you are on public land. In this instance, Saddle Mountain is BLM, Bureau of Land Management. Yeah, no, not Black Lives Matter. Bureau of Land Management. And you can see here, basically it's a bunch of cactus and mountains and rocks. Behind me, I've pulled into a camp spot. Out here, there is lots of boondocking. There's no facilities, no hookups, but you can come down out here and boondock. Just don't be like these people and leave your garbage. I can see they left a garbage bag over there behind the bushes. Don't do that. That's, we want to protect the land to make sure that it's here for generations to come. We don't want to destroy it. And with that, part of this rock hounding, BLM has regulations. 25 pounds per day of rocks and 250 pounds a year, personal use only. They frown on commercial use or commercial collection for resale. So basically everything that I plan to collect is going to be for my personal collection. I don't really have any intent on selling anything. Maybe I'll throw some stuff up on Facebook or something for those of you that would like some, and I can, for shipping costs or something, I can ship you some. Just looking at the ground, it looks like I can see all kinds of chalcedony. Looks like these little pieces here. So you're gonna see a bunch of little chalcedony all over the place. This is a major hotbed, so we're not gonna deplete the mountain of its resources. We wanna make sure that we leave plenty here for other people. I'm not looking to pick up all kinds of little small stuff. I want to find some nice specimens that maybe I could have cleaned and cut and turned into necklaces or something like that for Carrie and Addie. Just kind of like a memorabilia of my time out here in Arizona. So we're gonna go ahead and start looking around. Here's a nice little piece here, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. I don't really want the smaller stuff. I want to get some nice big chunks that I can turn into something. I've seen on the internet some photos and stuff of things collected out here. People have really picked up some really nice pieces. Here's a nice chunk of chalcedony here. So the fire agate is going to have multiple iridescent colors. So that's really what I'm after, is the fire agate. This is one of very few locations in Arizona that has fire agate, so that's what I'm really looking for. Seems like you can find chalcedony in quite a few different locations across the state. Lots of quartz. Arizona is I guess you could say, a hotbed for rockhounding and gemstones. So I'm going to spend quite a bit of time while I'm in Arizona out looking through different areas, trying to see what we can find. Here's the piece. Look at this. So you look at the coloring in that. But it's still pretty small. Not sure that I can do a whole lot with it. There's some more over here. Like I said, this is this mountain, Saddle Mountain, is a hotbed for chalcedony and also the fire agate. You can see quite a few pieces here. Just, it's laying everywhere. But we wanna find some nice specimens. Like I said, this is a boondocking camping area. There's a bunch of different campsites here. The road is extremely rocky coming in. It follows up the mountain there. I don't know if you see in the distance, there's a path that follows up the mountain, and you can drive up higher on the mountain if you've got a four-wheel drive vehicle. Obviously you want to have some ground clearance, because basically what you see right now is pretty much what the road is coming in. They've cleared some of the bigger boulders, but there's washouts and washboard all throughout the road. So you just want to make sure you got plenty of clearance and four-wheel drive if you're coming in here. Obviously, if you're pulling a camper, most people are pulling campers with larger trucks, so you shouldn't have any problems. But be aware, if you do come here, no facilities. So all boondocking, but looks like it'd be a great place. Obviously not in the summer. I got out here early today just because it's supposed to be a high of 110. We've been averaging 113, 115 the last few days. I've been here for a week now, going on a week. I got out here Monday. Today is Sunday, so almost a week. And every day has been 113, 115. So definitely got to stay hydrated. You can see my my apparel here is a little bit different. I got the sun hat, the long sleeve UV protective shirt, not wearing the Roosevelts, trying to protect myself from the burn. Oh, look at this. Now that's interesting. I have to, just based on the sparkle on that, that's definitely something I'm going to want to keep and clean up and see what it is. Obviously, like I said, this is my first time out doing rock hounding. I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm looking for, so this is going to be quite the experience. Hopefully I can learn while I'm out here. Utilize the resources on the internet. There's a lot of rock shops and rock hounding clubs in the area. Here's another piece right here. So I'm assuming that this is all chalcedony, because I don't see the bright colorations that they describe for the fire agate. There should be some bright iridescent coloring, but they do say that it was, if I remember correctly from what I was reading, that the fire agate was produced from volcanic action, and really that's a lot of what these black rocks are volcanic rocks from this volcanic activity that took place here. So we're gonna look around, see what we can find, and learn and grow together as I do some rock hounding. But yeah, what I was saying, I got out here early in the morning. It's currently 90 degrees. So even at 1 in the morning, it's high 80s, low 90s down here right now. So unless you're properly equipped for boondocking in the heat, I just say stay away. I'm probably going to venture out into that area over there more, get away from these campsites. I think a lot of people come here boondocking. What else are you going to do but wander around and look and see what you can find? It's extremely peaceful out here. You can see there's not a lot around. There's a couple little substations. There's some major power lines that run down through over there. Some mountains. Every once in a while you got a ranch. So extremely quiet, very peaceful. Real easy to get lost in thought out here. I would say this is probably an amazing place to just come and meditate and think about things if, you know, life. So we're gonna walk around and let's see what we find. One of the things is you really gotta look close and pay attention. It's almost like morel hunting. If you ever gone morel hunting for mushrooms, come up early in the spring and you're foraging through the woods and you really got to pay attention or you'll walk right past them and miss them. And that's the same situation here. Is I can look down and I can see chalcedony everywhere, little small pieces. But like I said, we're going to look for some nice big specimens, something that we can do something with. Obviously you can see somebody stacked up rocks here. Whether or not that's a burial spot for an animal or they were just being goofy and stacked them up, it looks like the dirt was disturbed. I almost hate to move it, but you never know, you know, like somebody could have buried something there. Might be some hidden money, you never know. Most likely a dead animal if the dirt's been disturbed. Oh, there's a little lizard. Ain't he cute? We'll just not mess with it. Watch, there's a couple $1 million there. Somebody robbed a bank, buried it. Plan on coming back later. You know, I think you really could just stand in one spot and look around. Like this here. Little pieces of it, but it's just so beautiful. All that red banding in there. There's some more little chalcedony. If you found some really good big specimens, I think you could get your 25 pounds pretty quick. But if you're picking up a bunch of this little stuff, it'd take a while. I guess if you're a rockhounder and you have been doing it for a while, you got some experience, drop some tips and pointers down there in the comments. Obviously, the more I know, the funner this can be. Maybe if you know the Arizona area and you know some good spots to go, let me know, because I'm going to be here for a little while. Sounds like 5 months on this project and potentially an additional 4 years with some other projects that are going on. So I'm going to be looking for some things to do out here. Definitely going to do some hiking as when the weather breaks. I'd love to get up on the top of some of these mountains. I lived in El Paso for a little bit when we had some projects out there and spent a lot of time hiking up the mountains. Beautiful views, so I really want to do that here as well. Get up on these mountaintops, take some photos and video. Here's another chunk here. Look at that banding in there. It's just beautiful. I just wonder how far out I go if I'll start finding some larger chunks that'll just jump out, you know? Like right now, everything you see is relatively small. And it's weird because it's all just sitting on top. Well, what's just below the surface? And what if, you know, what if you could come out here and dig a little bit? Thing is too is I don't really know about the rocks. Like a lot of rocks, like you can't see what anything is on the outside, but when you break it open, you know, like a geode, stuff like that. You know, this isn't really the area for geodes. There's specific areas in Arizona that you can go and hunt geodes, and when you break them open, you see the crystal structures inside. But amethyst and stuff like that, there's places to go specific for amethyst and turquoise and gold. There's just everything out here. And but there's some of these rock formations that you just don't know. It could look like rock from the volcanic action, and when you break it open, it's something beautiful inside. We'll just keep walking a little bit, see what we got. Oh, what is that? That's really weird looking. Look at that. How cool is that? Huh. The thing I wonder about is like stuff like this. This rock right here. Like, is it really a rock? Or if I break it? Oh, look at that. I didn't even see it right next to it. There's a nice big piece of chalcedony. Not really what I'm after here today, but I'm gonna pick them up for now. Really looking for fire agate. Kind of helps to be down low to the ground like this and just scanning around. This rock looks like somebody broke it open, trying to see what it was. So now it looks like I'm starting to find some bigger pieces, which would lead me to believe that maybe I'm out further where people haven't been walking as much. There's a lot of bigger chunks out here, so I think the further out I explore, the better my chances are gonna be. So we'll keep walking and keep looking, walking and looking, and keeping an eye out for snakes too. You never know where there's going to be a rattlesnake. And, you know, if we wander around here for a little bit and we don't have much luck, we can always drive up the trail further, see what we find. I think the biggest thing is going to be getting off of the trail as far as possible. Not too many people are going to go real far off the trail. So I think the further we can get off the trail, the better luck we're going to have. And I'm probably walking past all kinds of stuff and just don't even know it. doesn't look, that's the good thing is back around the campsites, you could tell people were walking around. Rocks were turned over. You could see where rocks were picked up and removed. Out here, I don't see much of that. There's not a lot of signs of people being out here. There's a nice piece, look at that. Obviously this is, like I said, I've never done this before. This is something completely new. Most of my videos are Disney related because that's where I was. And then Savannah, did some stuff around Savannah and Wormslow Historic District, kind of historical things, historical sites. But I'm interested. How many of you have done rock hounding or would like to do rock hounding, or you know, how many of you collect gemstones or have gemstones that you purchased and you would be interested in going out and rock hounding? Leave a comment in the comment section. I like to know how many of you out there that watch my channel, you're interested in this, because that's gonna give me an idea on how many more of these videos I should do. This is completely new to me, and I'm having fun. I mean, it's definitely an adventure to wander around and find these rock specimens. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them all. Clean some of them and keep them, and then give some away. Or yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know if this is something you enjoy, if it interests you, if you want to see more videos like this. And definitely like and subscribe if this is something you enjoy and you want to see more of. Subscribing to the channel is going to help you to see when my videos come out. I mean, it's been a little while since I posted a video with the transition from Savannah. I went home for a little over a week, just about 2 weeks, and then I actually flew down here, and I'm staying in a hotel right now. I normally stay in a camper. Those of you that follow along closely know that I travel for my job. I work for an electrical company, and we travel nationwide doing projects. In Savannah, I was working for the Port Authority building a container yard, and I'm currently in Arizona working on a project at a Toyota testing facility. So that's really neat. I get to see a lot of different things at my job, and then I enjoy spending the weekends adventuring around, checking out the local landscape, looking at the local businesses. Always interested, you know, if you're from the Arizona area, Phoenix. I'm staying in Peoria, Arizona, so I'm not too far outside of Phoenix, and I do a lot of driving around checking things out. But if you're from the area or been in the area, and you got some recommendations on great local establishments that I can support, I'd love to have you leave a comment. Let me know. You know, best place for tacos, best place for tamales, best place for ice cream. You name it. What do you guys want me to go look at, check out, enjoy, and share my opinions on? Like I said, I obviously don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'm just looking around in hopes that I find some fire agate. There's a lot of this chalcedony out here. I see it everywhere. So any tips, pointers, let me know. Post up in the comments and say, hey, you know, I love rock hounding, and these are some tips for you, and these are some great locations to go while you're in Arizona. Like I said, I'm going to be here for a while. Currently, I'm working on a project for Toyota. So we're at the Toyota Proving Grounds doing some work. That's the nice thing about my job is I can go all over, and previous job I was on was at a Savannah Port Authority building a container yard, and so we got another truck out here driving around. That's the other thing about being way out in the outside like this, is you just never really know who you're gonna come across. So you want to hope that they're friendly. This is an interesting piece right here. Look at that. The formations on that is really neat. How it's bubbled up. So this is really what I want to find. If I'm going to collect some chalcedony, I want to find some unique pieces like this. Yeah, it looks like they're heading up the mountain. There's a nice big chunk right here. Look at that. Yeah, back to what I was saying. If you've got any tips, let me know. Any good spots that you think go rock hounding. If this is something that you want to see more of, post down in the comments and let me know. I know a lot of my videos were Disney and Universal and theme parks, and you know, a few that I did in Savannah were historic stuff. I'm not far from Disneyland, so we'll probably throw some Disneyland videos in here. I'm gonna go to a bunch of different locations and see what I can wander around and find. You know, this state has a lot of different things. There's amethyst and peridot and gold and silver, lots of quartz. Actually, I find quartz at the job site. As we're digging things up, I find chunks of quartz. So I grabbed a couple big chunks of quartz that I had found. And fire agate, and there's all kinds, like there's just a huge list of things that you can find. So I guess being as there was a truck that just went through here, I'm not real far off of another trail. So here I thought I was wandering off in the middle of nowhere and gonna find some good chunks of chalcedony and maybe some fire agate, and here's another road. So over there's my truck, and over here's another road. So I'm really right in the middle of two pathways where people could be out here hunting around. So I don't know, maybe if I go on the other side of that road there, keep wandering that way. I'm thinking about going north here and just looking and seeing in between the two areas, looking around. And there's just got to be some stuff out there. I've been rock hunting now for a few hours. I put the GoPro away. I was having some overheating issues, so I threw it in the truck with the air conditioning. Drove around a little bit. Couple paths out here lead to different campgrounds, and then there's another path that drops down and goes through like a washed out creek bed. I didn't even try to go there. There was no way I was going to do it with this truck that I have. My lifted GMC is back home. I flew down here, like I said, and they gave me a rental truck, so I just have a regular half-ton pickup. So I'm not going to try getting crazy off-road like I would with my own truck, and I don't want to damage a rental truck that's the company. So I've been here for a few hours, and I came to some conclusions while I was out here. Whether or not they're correct, I don't know. But one of the things that outside of hearing noises and these weird random gusts of wind that come through here, as I was walking around, I've observed some things. So where you can definitely tell where the magma from the volcanic action took place. As you look around and you see all the volcanic rock, there's definitely what you would call a flow line. So you can see right here, there was a large quantity of the volcanic rock that came down through this area, and then it's not so heavy here. It gets heavier over here to the right, and as it goes down the hillside, you see heavy and light spots. So like I'm standing on an area that's heavier here, and then it's kind of light here, and then over there you see it's heavy again. And as I was up closer to the mountain, I did find some things, and I collected quite a bit. We'll go through that. I'll show you everything that I collected. One thing is, wherever the heavy quantity of volcanic rock is where you see the most of the fire agate and I don't know, whatever that yeah, whatever it was called, I forgot. But so it appears that, as it said, the volcanic action created these rock formations with the fire agate and the other one. So you can see, like right here, there's not really a lot of lava rock, and there's not really a lot of anything but dirt. But if I walk over here where it's heavier, you start seeing it. Here's some more, here's some more. So it's all around the heavy deposits of volcanic rock everywhere. And then I did notice that up closer to the base of the mountain where I was probably 1,000 feet closer to the mountain than I am right now. I found some stuff, but as I got further away from the mountain, I seemed to find more. So whether or not it is because as the lava flowed and cooled further away from the mountain, these rock formations were formed, or people are just picking it up closer to the mountain and not further away. A lot of the campsites are up closer to the base of the mountain. Like I said, this is a great spot to come boondocking. No services out here, but you can come out and you can camp if you got a generator. There's a bunch of makeshift fire pits that people have created utilizing the lava rocks or the volcanic rocks. And so yeah, there's a bunch of fire pits and camping spaces. There's nobody here right now. Like I said, it's super hot out, so I couldn't imagine that anybody would brave coming out here to camp. But see, I think that's a fire agate there. You can see all the the browns and the reds in there. And there are different colors of fire agates based on where you're collecting. So the fire agates here at Saddle Mountain are these red colors, these reds and browns. This is a really small one here, but they've got the reds and the browns in them. And then there are other locations in Arizona that have greens and blues. So I'm gonna look up the distance on how far from Phoenix those areas are, and that may be another trip. Drive up early in the morning and do some agate hunting, see if we can find some more of these other color variations, and then we'll see what else is close by. I did do some scouting yesterday, and I drove around. I had gotten a hold of a Google Maps, My Maps, that somebody had created of rock and gemstone locations. One of them was just really close to where I'm at, and it was supposed to be the gravel riverbed of the Agua Fria River. And when I went there, it was actually a rock quarry, private property, was where they were trying to tell you to access. So obviously, if you're utilizing a map like that, something that somebody else has created, maybe they had permission to go there, and they created that point, or maybe they were trespassing. Definitely don't trespass. It's just not worth it. There's plenty of places in Arizona that you can find all these rocks, minerals, gemstones. Get permission or go to public lands where you can legally hunt. And like I said before, leave no trace. Make sure you take all your garbage with you. As I finish up here with the rock hunting, I don't really want to quit, but it's getting pretty hot out. I've been walking around for a few hours here. Definitely staying hydrated, drinking plenty of fluids. I did drive around in the truck for a little bit on these roads, paths to the different campgrounds, just getting out and looking at things. So I cooled down, hydrated, and I had the snack, had something to eat. So I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling heat stroke by any means or lightheaded, but definitely want to keep an eye on that stuff when you're out here, especially if you're out here in the heat. But the next stop is here at Saddle Mountain. They actually have an area that has petroglyphs. So we're going to go over there. We're going to look at the petroglyphs and check that out. Oh, look at this. There's one right there. I didn't bring my hammer either, so... Oh, let's see if I can get it out. That's definitely a thing that you want to make sure that you have your rock tools. Yeah, it's not as big as I thought it was. But we'll hang on to it. We'll put it with the batch. Now I'm walking over to the petroglyphs. I believe they're right over there. The roadway, I guess, is over there as well. Kind of following a crappy trail. I suppose a few people have walked through here, but not many. But one thing that I noticed is on the ground, there's these green rocks everywhere. So now that I'm up, you can see I'm right at the base of the mountain. There's a lot of green rocks. So I'm gonna have to do some checking and see what these are. They're everywhere. I don't know what these are. It's definitely not turquoise, but I don't know, bunch of green rocks. So I'm gonna keep heading over to the petroglyphs. Hopefully I'm losing, I keep getting, the phone signal comes in and out. It's not super great out here. When you do get it, you got good signal. I've had 5G out here walking around, and yeah, look at all the green rocks. I'll have to find out what that is. I mean, maybe there's something else I should be out here picking up. putting in a polisher. Here's a pretty good sized chunk. I do have a rock identifier app, so I'm gonna mess around with that. Maybe that'll tell me what they are. I'm gonna keep following this path here. I'm actually thinking like this is a cattle path because I see a lot of cow pies. So keep walking this way. This is the direction that the map showed me the petroglyphs were. Like I said, I lost signal on my phone, so hopefully it comes back in soon. But the petroglyphs were right up on that road, which I didn't drive to the petroglyphs on that road because it seemed every direction that I needed to go to get here went through a dry creek bed. So I'm not driving the truck down through a dry creek bed. So I parked as close as I could get, or what I thought was as close as I could get, and I walked the rest of it. Made sure I packed plenty of water. I got some hydration packs, and yeah, we're gonna work our way over there. Should be right there. Seems like that road goes right up there and stops. Here's the trail marker. I'm gonna look at my phone and see. I'm gonna guess that the petroglyphs are up there, or maybe over there, because there's a trail marker over there too. So let me see if my phone's registering anything, and we're able to see where we're going. Look at how beautiful that mountain is. Well, it still says waiting for location. It did pick up, but it looks like we're gonna go up this trail right here. We'll head on up. A lot of that blue rock. Look at this. Look at that view. Isn't that amazing? I hope this is the right way. It's a trail marker. Hopefully it wasn't the end of the trail. This is fun. I think hiking boots or hiking shoes will probably be a better option to have. I've just got my tennis shoes. I really didn't intend to climb the side of a mountain, and but I don't think the trail is too bad so far, so we'll keep going. See, the other trail's right there. That's a lot easier looking trail. So we'll see. Maybe that's the trail we want to be on and not this one. I don't know. We'll find out. Trails go all over. I wish my phone would update so I knew where we were at. I mean, it says we're right on them. I don't know. But I lost the internet. Unless it's in these rocks right here. I just need to look around. There's a lot of cool colors on them though. All the greens and oranges. Huh. Oh, right there. We are at it. Look at that. Oh, how cool is that? Sometimes you just gotta turn around and look. We'll keep looking. I know there's a bunch more locations too that have petroglyphs. That one was really stuck out big time, but I don't really see any more. What do we got here? I don't know. There's trails all over this mountainside though. Man, this would be a blast to hike once it gets cooler. I don't know, I don't really see anything else. Just that one. Maybe there's more, but I don't know. It'd be strange that there's only one rock with anything on it. You'd think there'd be more, but I don't see any more. What a view though, look at that. I can imagine if you got up there. Wow. That's definitely come back when it's cooler. I'm gonna come back after the rain too. Check on the fire agate. It's gotta wash the top layer off. I swear that looks like there's caverns in there. Huh. Well, I guess that's a petroglyph. If I see any more, I'll turn the camera back on. Otherwise, that was it. We'll see what else we can find. And there is actually somebody out here camping. I don't know if you can see him up there. Crazy. I wouldn't be out here camping. It's way too hot for that. But here's our haul. That's everything that I picked up. I know there's not very many fire agate in there. We're gonna go through it and we're gonna see what I want to keep and what I'm gonna put back. I'm gonna keep some of the interesting things. I don't want to keep all of it. I don't really have anything to do with too much of it. I'm gonna definitely have to get a rock polisher because yeah, if if I'm going to find all these rocks out here, I'm going to want to polish them. And they're pretty cool looking raw. Some of them are pretty dirty. But we'll go through them and we'll make a pile and let's see what we're going to keep. So, I don't know, I'll put these big ones off to the side. These flat ones are pretty cool. This is that Arizona rose lace, chalcedony, or I don't know, whatever you, let me see, how do you say that? Chalcedony, whatever. Yeah, that actually, I don't know, that may be. I'll put all the big pieces aside for now. I'll go through these smaller ones. Like some of these really small ones that I got in here, like this here, that's fire agate. At least based on the photos that I see, all the reds and the browns in there. Like you're saying, other areas of Arizona have greens and blues, so I'm going to set those aside, keep those. Any of those that I think are fire agate, I'm going to go ahead and keep. This one's got really dark reds and browns in there. So I definitely want to keep those. And these are really interesting here. This is almost pure white. So I'm going to polish that one and keep that too. And I got a bunch of these flat ones like this. You can see the red vein through there. Some of these, I think that's a fire agate. But some of these, I don't know if it's the chalcedony or a fire agate because of the coloring in there, or if maybe there was a fire agate. You know, it was. I don't really know. I don't have enough knowledge on this stuff, so I'm just kind of going at a whim here. Look at that. That's a pretty cool formation. I like that just because of the way it looks. So I definitely want to keep that one. And this one here, it looks like it's got a bunch of crystal, almost like crystal quartz. Little crystal formations coming out of that, so I want to keep that too. And then we got some more really neat formations that I want to keep. That one's really cool. Looks like there's some, it's really sparkly in there. So we're gonna keep that. I don't know if the chalcedony is supposed to have sparkles like that. Like I said, I don't. Tips, people, please. Any tips you have. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Look at all that. It's like the magma flowed, you know, whatever created this from the volcanic activity. You can see just the flow, the ripples in it as it cooled. It's really hard to pick and choose what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. I almost want to get them all cleaned up and go from there. Like look how cool that is. It's almost clear. Get them all cleaned up and then decide from there. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just have a giveaway on my Facebook page and give away all the stuff that I decide I don't want to keep. Let Addie and Carrie pick through it and see what they want, and then go from there. You have to figure out the best way to clean these to get all this gunk off of them and actually see what I'm working with. Well, they say you can take 25 pounds a day and 250 pounds a year. I don't have 25 pounds here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep it all. basically because I don't really know what I have, and I did really only pick up a lot of interesting pieces that have really neat formations to them. I picked up some of these other ones like this just so I could cut them with a wet saw and see really, like maybe cut it right in half with a wet saw. I have the two pieces. Then I've got some of these other flat ones that I think if you really cleaned up good, you could see the banding in them. So that I think we'll say that that's going to be a wrap, because I'm going to go ahead and keep them all, I think. And I'm going to drive around and I'm going to scout out some more locations. I really want to get some time-lapse footage, some video, some photos of sunrise and sunsets with the mountains. There's a lot of places down here you can go. The difficulty is finding places that don't have a huge hike attached to them. There are a couple of overlook passes that you can drive to, so I'm probably going to go to a few of those just to check them out while the weather's hot. As the weather starts to drop and I feel more comfortable hiking these mountains, especially because I'm on my own, I'm not a huge fan on coming out to these places on my own, remote areas in the desert, because if something happens, that's it, I'm done. So, I mean, some of these little trips could be life or death situations if I get caught up somewhere, and you know, you never know. There's, you know, snakes and all kinds of stuff out there, and you know, I trip and fall and get hurt, and that's it, you know. So I don't want to do anything where it's super hot out right now that could increase the potential of putting myself in danger. So I spent yesterday kind of driving around looking at places. I hiked halfway up a mountain, took enough water and stuff with me. I didn't do anything too strenuous. It was a pretty easy one. Took some photos. I'm gonna head back into town, and I'm gonna go to an overlook that you can drive to, and I'm gonna check that out, and that may be the place where I set up the camera for some sunrise and sunset photos of the mountains and potentially the city. I think that overlook looks over the city of Phoenix, so we're gonna go check those out, grab some lunch, and figure out how to clean these rocks. Put it down in the comments if you know how to clean these properly. I don't know, if soak them in a sink with some Dawn detergent or something, or what I do. And obviously, when you start looking at the chunks of some of these sizes, I don't know. I had a rock tumbler as a kid, but it was really small. It wasn't meant for this size of rock. So any pointers, I'd appreciate it. Like I said, this is all new to me. It's totally different world than going to Disney and trying out food and giving my opinion on the food and doing POVs of rides. I had a lot of fun for sure, but I need information. So if you can point me in the direction and help me along, I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. I'm definitely going to have a lot more videos like this. Things around the Phoenix area. If you've got any suggestions on places I can go and things I can do, drop it down in the comments and let me know. Like I said, I do plan on going to Disneyland. Maybe do some stuff in San Diego, but it's about a 5.5, 6 hour drive. I might just end up flying over. I did see I can get some pretty cheap airline tickets, so maybe the situation where I just fly over early in the morning on a Saturday, do some stuff on Saturday, stay overnight Saturday night in a hotel, and then fly back on Sunday, something like that. So most of my stuff for now is going to be in the Arizona or the Phoenix area. Grand Canyon's definitely on the list. So Sedona, a lot of that stuff I would just kind of want to wait till it cools down a little bit. But yeah, if you've got suggestions for me, tips on rockhounding, rockhounding materials, equipment, cleaning the rocks, polishing the rocks, anything you got for me, hit me up in the comments. I appreciate it. Have a good one. We'll see you later.